Holly, and I'm here with my January wrap-up. And I was gonna put off doing this, but I'm actually feeling moderately okay right now, so I'm just gonna film it. But I'm just living my life in a hoodie and leggings and Murphy cats, and I have my water because I'm sick and I have had a cold. It started on Sunday. I actually am feeling a lot better. I left work early. Well, I left work early like every day, but Tuesday I left work really early. And I am not like a leave work early because you're sick kind of a person at all. But I was like dead to the world. And this little one like refuses to cuddle with me at all. And normally he is like on top of me all the time. So I'm a little bitter about it. A little bitter. So if my voice is like super nasally or anything, I'm really sorry about it. But who knows when I'm gonna get better, and I just want to film this. And it's the only thing I have to film this weekend. So, oh my gosh, I just want to be done. My January wrap up. I read 9 books, which I think is really good. I'm really happy with it. Apparently I only read 2 physical books because I tried to get all the books. That was kind of a surprise, but whatever, it's fine. So the books I read were, first was By the Hour by Ronnie Lauren. I gave this 4 stars. It's the second book in a series. It's called the Pleasure Principle series, I think. Yeah. I haven't read the first one. I would check it out at some point. It's contemporary romance slash it's a little on the sexy side. Like, I wouldn't call it erotica. I feel like erotica is different than romance, and so I wouldn't say that's what this is, but it's definitely sexual, like very sexy. It was a really fast read. It was enjoyable. I liked the characters. The heroine is like very cold, and I think that that's kind of a hard especially female character to write and have it be likable, because there's a lot of like double standards in fiction, especially romance, when it comes to characteristics. And this book actually reminded me of Asking for It by Lila Pace, which I really love. It doesn't have the same content. Like, Asking for It is about a woman who has rape fantasies, basically, or like non-consensual sex fantasies, and she ends up in a relationship with a man. They start like having a relationship because he's also into that, and it explores all of that and stuff, and it's really good. I really like it. I've read it a couple times. And this doesn't deal with that kind of stuff, but it does deal with kind of like, I keep saying sexuality in my reviews, and I don't know if that's like the right term or not, but because I always think of sexuality as like something like along like LGBTQ plus, not like sexual needs, I guess, kind of thing. So, but that's what I mean when I mean her sexuality, like her exploring that and stuff. It was really interesting. And like, she's a therapist and the guy is kind of a therapist, and they work together, and it's kind of a enemies to lovers sort of a romance, if you're into that. And then I read Succubus Dreams by Rochelle Mead, which I gave 4 stars. This is the third book in the Georgina Kincaid series. It's paranormal romance, probably more paranormal than romancy, but you know. I don't want to talk about it too much because it's book 3, so obviously like I don't want to potentially spoil anything. I will say this book started, like, I was getting really stressed out in this book because like I knew what was going to happen. I just knew, and I was not here for it. And some stuff, like specifically how the book ended, I knew that was going to happen. It really rubbed me the wrong way. I did write about it in my review, and it is a spoilery review if you want to check it out on Goodreads. And then I had an audiobook. I listened to an audiobook called Every Man a King by Chris Steyerwalt. and it's nonfiction. He calls it popcorn history, and he reads the book, and it is about the history of American populism. So it is definitely inspired by the rise of Donald Trump, but it doesn't dwell on Donald Trump, but it does look at American populism. Specifically, I think he does like 6 different populists who like ran for president and were like politicians and stuff throughout history. It was really interesting. It was very fast, which is kind of the point. It's very like nibbly, easy to consume, like popcorn. So you learned things, but it wasn't like political where you have to like, you know, there's no like, well, I guess there sort of are decisions. Like Chris Direwalt really hates populism, and I think so like that is obviously always there as a thread throughout it, like a slight judgment but not really judgy. But it was interesting, and it kind of made me look at him a little different. Chris Direwalt, I sometimes think he can be a little bit of a pretentious like ass, but he knows that, I think, too, so it is what it is. And then I reread, I'd been wanting to reread this series, and reading the Georgina Kincaid series really pushed me to do it. And so this is one of my goals for the year, kind of, is to reread the Bloodlines series by Rochelle Mead, because this is like my favorite. I know people love Vampire Academy, and I like it too, it's great, but Bloodlines is where it's at for me. So I decided, so I started with rereading this one, and I gave it 4 stars, which is what I had given it originally. This is young adult paranormal. If you have never read it before, you can read this without reading Vampire Academy, in my opinion. They are connected. This does occur after the events of Vampire Academy, so that's the only thing. Like, you can't really go back. Like, it's going to spoil Vampire Academy for you, but you're not missing anything. Like, she does a pretty good job of laying down what facts you need to know going in. And honestly, I was kind of scared that I wasn't gonna like it as much as I did, because I haven't read these books in years. Like, I'm pretty sure since the last book came out, I have not read any of these. But I was immediately sucked back into the world. I really, really liked it. I love these characters. I can't wait to keep reading it, because this story is told in first person, but as the series progresses, it ends up being dual POV. So in the first few books, it's just Sydney, who is the heroine, but in the later books you get her and Adrian, who's a vampire, and I love Adrian. I love Sydney too. Sydney's great too, but I love Adrian, so I was super excited to reread this. And then I read The Chase by Elle Kennedy, and this is one of her new... Oh, so rude. Throwing stuff on the floor. Just doing cat things. No. I have a book with a bookmark, and it has like a little tassely thing on it, and he wants to play with it. So this is one of her newer books, and is a new adult hockey book, as Elle Kennedy is wont to do. It's the first book in a new series. It's the Briar U series, so it comes after the Off-Campus series, which I love. And it is related to it. So this one stars Summer, who is Dean from book 3 in the Off-Campus series. She's Dean's sister, and you do meet her in that story. And then Fitzy, who is a one of the like hockey players. It was so good. I read it in a few hours. I could not put it down. I gave it 4 stars. Can't remember if I said that or not. Summer is such an extrovert, and Fitzy is such an introvert, and I love an introverted guy because I just feel like it doesn't happen that often. And honestly, I liked an extroverted girl too, because I feel like that doesn't happen. A lot of times the girls are very like, especially a new adult, are very like shy and demure, and it's like, I get it, and I think there's a lot of like place for those kinds of characters, but it's kind of nice to have somebody different like Summer. The romance was really good, and it was fun to read. It's a, like, they have an attraction, but like both kind of don't want to act on it. It was fun to read. And the sequel bait was so strong with this one. I'm so glad I waited to read this because I need the next book so bad. Oh my gosh. And it comes out in February and I cannot wait. I have it on pre-order. I can't wait. And then I read The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang? I don't know. I am not the best with any names. This book has so much hype, which is literally why I haven't been reading it, because I was like, oh no, like I need to wait until I have like the time to read it because it's gonna suck me in. It's contemporary romance. Obviously, like, who has not heard of this book? I gave it 3 stars. It was just very meh to me. Like, I don't see the hype. Like, I honestly don't. I don't get what people are like so crazy pants about this. Like, I get that it's a little different. Like, I mean, I love that there's diversity in it, like multiple kinds of diversity, and I love having like a female character that's in STEM, and love the idea of an escort. Like, I am a total sucker for like escort, courtesan kind of stories. Like, I think those kinds of stories are really interesting. But like, I don't even see the hype. Like, sometimes I can see it, I can see where people are getting it, but I don't hear. Yeah, I just thought it was kind of average. I am casually interested in the second one. I would give it another read, or I would give that one a read. And then I read a new release, which was, I'm glad my messy bun is a good scratching post for you, which was Tangled Like Us by Krista and Becca Ritchie, and this is the latest Like Us book, and this is the first one following a new couple. So this one you follow Jane and Thatcher, which I'm so excited about. I love Jane and I love Thatcher. I gave this 4 stars. This is new adult / contemporary romance. It's probably age-wise contemporary romance, but I feel like stylistically it's more new adulty. So Jane is the daughter of Rose Calloway and Connor Cobalt from the Addicted series by Krista and Becca Ritchie, and Thatcher is her bodyguard, and in this story something occurs and so they start fake dating, which is not my favorite trope ever, but it's fine. For them, I liked it because they have a chemistry with each other and an attraction to each other, and they both acknowledge that going in, and I think that made the fake dating a little more readable for me. I really liked how it ended. I'm very excited for the next one that should be coming out this year, which will be about Jane and Thatcher again. And I'd recommend it if you've read other books by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I think you would like it. But you do have to read the other Like Us books first, even though they're about other characters. So then I read I listened, I guess, on an audiobook, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a by Mark Manson is his name, and I give this 3 stars. I guess it's like a self-help book is what it would be classified as. It's kind of like a counterintuitive look at things. It was not what I was expecting it to be. I thought it would be more about like how to like not care about things, and I guess it is sort of, but not in the way I was expecting. The idea from what I got from it, it was like, you're going to be happier if you don't care about things, which makes sense. I understood what he was saying, but it just did not click with me. And then the last book I read was Succubus Heat by Rochelle Mead, which is the 4th book in the Georgina Kincaid series. And I gave it 4 stars, just like the other ones. It was good. I'm really liking the like paranormal elements and mythology elements to it, like Georgina as a succubus and the world that she lives in with that, like with the demons and the like what's larger at play and everything. Although like the insular story to this particular book I found to be very predictable, but the larger story I think is very interesting, and I have no idea where it's going. I have like a few ideas, but I don't know where. The romance storyline is where I get super stressed. It is doing things that I hate in my books, and I feel like something like this happened in Vampire Academy, and I could be wrong, but I feel like it did. I don't know. But anyways, I am enjoying the series overall. I do plan on continuing to read it, but I don't feel the need to like pick them up right away. You know what I mean? So then I am currently reading, and I am almost done with, Etiquette and Espionage by Gail Carriger. School series, like I'm really almost done. I will probably finish it tonight if I read. This is what the Murphy cat has always wanted to play with. I am really enjoying it. Right now I'd say it's probably like a 4-star read. I'll talk more about it obviously next month when I do my February wrap up. So that is it for my January wrap up. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, feel free to leave them down in the comments, and I will try really hard to get back to them. I am not the best at comments. I'm so sorry. I'm a horrible human being. I'm so sorry. Interacting with people is just really hard for me, and I have to like psychologically prepare myself to read comments, and I know that's silly, but it's true. I'm just gonna be honest with you. And it's not even like they're bad comments, it's just I really struggle, and then I like overanalyze like what I say, and I feel like I need to respond to all of them. And so sometimes I'm just like, oh thanks, or like, oh great, but I feel like that's not enough, and I don't know what to say, and it's really bad. And what are you doing? And he is no help. Why can't he respond to the comments? Huh? Why can't you respond? People would probably like you better than me anyways. Murphy, you want to do a book review? Murphy's book reviews. I like when my mommy reads, because when she reads, she lays down with the red blanket. And that is my favorite place to cuddle with her. When she's not sick. When she's sick, I do not cuddle. Even though that is when she needs my love the most. Now I'm distracted by bookmark. No. Okay, I'm gonna go. So, thank you so much for watching. Bye.